Hey now, I think this is working. This is Dave, and I've got the little remote control thing again, clicking that button so I don't have to do it. I mean, we got high production values now. We've got a remote control and a camera with an actual microphone that works. So even if it was windy or wavy, you probably wouldn't be too affected by that. Welcome back to another installment of, well, this isn't a Dave's, well, it is a Dave's Picks announcement, but it's not a specific Dave's Picks announcement. It's a gorgeous day again. When I shot the other one for Dave's Picks 44 a few days ago, it was October 5th, I guess, no, 6th, and today is October 7th, so I'm here the next day shooting this one, and again, it's not even 9 a.m., and I'm still drinking coffee, and it's once again a beautiful day. I really wish it would rain, to be honest. So I'm here to talk about Dave's Picks Dave's Picks 2023 subscriptions. It's that time of year again. I guess they'll be on sale for a couple of months. It's usually from now, from when you're seeing this video, until I'm guessing mid-December, maybe early January, something like that. So keep an eye. Basically, I'm of the mind that the sooner you kind of get on board with it, the better, only because they kind of shut down, the Rhino folks, my good friends at Rhino, shut it down based on when subscriptions kind of get to a certain point. So, but I do think it's usually early January. The sooner the better. But there is an early bird thing, I believe, lower price or maybe free shipping. So if you're watching this right at the beginning or middle of end of October, I think the first couple of weeks are an early bird pricing, so that's always good too. But the Dave's Picks subscriptions, as you probably know, this is our 11th or 12th year of the Dave's Picks series. So the way the subscriptions work, if you're new at this or if you need a reminder, is that you order the subscription now and you get on board as a subscriber for the following year, for 2023, and you pay one price. And then throughout the year, usually right around February 1st, May 1st, August 1st, and November 1st of every year, you will get a Dave's Picks CD release, which, as we know, is always a complete show. Usually it's a 3 CD set. It's always at least a three CD set, but quite recently, in the last 3 or 4 years, we've actually occasionally done a 4 CD set. It's not part of the series. It's nothing we intentionally set out to do. But what's happened is we've come across something that warranted being a 4 CD set. Maybe it's because it's 2 complete shows or close to it. So we've done that a few times. And in fact, we'll have something to say about that with volume 45 in a minute, but we'll get to that in a second. So the subscriptions, you won't have to worry about picking it up, because as we all know, well, maybe we don't all know, but we do. The fact is, the Dave's Picks tend to sell out within a day, at the most 4 or 5 days. Sometimes we've seen it as little as 4 to 6 hours. By subscribing, you won't have to worry about that. You'll never have to think about Dave's Picks again until they show up in your mailbox 4 times a year. So you don't have to do anything. You just order the subscription ones. It's a subscription. It's like you subscribe to a magazine. You don't know what you're going to get, but you know it's going to come. I'm a subscriber to the New Yorker, so it just kind of shows up every week. And I kind of expect it. So you get that, you get it 4 times a year. You also get, I think it's quite a bit of a price break. And if you do the early bird, it's even more of a price break, whether it's shipping or a lower price, I don't know. The folks at Rhino will have this all laid out on the webpage, so go to dead.net and check that out. The other key thing, and to me, as a deadhead, this is the one thing that is, to me, an essential part of subscribing, is the bonus disc. So the second Dave's Picks of every year, which is the one right around May 1st, April 30th, May 1st, it will be a complete show, 3 CD set. Whatever show that is, we've actually got a great one lined up that we're just putting the work into now to make sure it'll be the one. But it will always come with a bonus disc, and that is something that only goes to subscribers. So if you subscribe, you get that bonus disc. If you order the second one of the year, which in this case will be number 46, outside of subscriptions, meaning when it goes on sale in April, you won't get the bonus disc. And the bonus disc is something, the disc is something we put a lot of work into. It's not just kind of a throwaway, well, let's just put a bunch of music on a CD and that's it. It's something that we craft as something that complements the show that it's coming with. So in the case of Dave's Picks 42 that came out earlier this year, we'll talk about that in a second. The bonus disc is something that very much, I think, complemented the actual show. So the actual show in that case was February 23rd, 1974 at Winterland, and the bonus disc was an hour and a quarter of the previous night, the opening night of a 3-night run at Winterland, February 22nd. So it's always something that complements the show. So the show we have that we're working on for Dave's Picks Volume 46, it'll have a bonus disc that very much will complement whatever that is. So essentially turning it into a 4 CD set. But again, that's just for subscribers. It is something we do put a lot of work into. We're very happy with our bonus discs as something that stand alone as incredible 80-minute, 75-minute batches of Grateful Dead music, but also that complement the one that they come with. And it's our way of kind of saying thanks to you for subscribing. So subscribers get a lot of benefits. You won't have to worry about it selling out. You get the bonus disc, you get a price break of some sort. So it's a pretty cool thing, I think. And we're now doing, we've kind of held steady at 25,000. You might know that we started this series over a decade ago with 12,000 in the first year. And then we went to 13, and then 14, and then we went to 16.5 as a little play on 65 for the Grateful Dead. That was in 2015, the 50th anniversary of the Grateful Dead, 1965. So we held around 16.5 for a while, and then it went to I think 18, and then maybe 20. And then I think it jumped to 22,000 2 or 4 years ago. And then again, they kept selling out a little too quickly for I think everybody's desire. So then we changed that to 25,000. And I think we've hit the sweet spot because they are tending to last more than a few hours at least. They do sell out, like I say, within a week, but they do tend to be around for everybody who want them, I guess, for the most part. So 25,000 seems to be the sweet spot, as we call it. People seem to be able to get it if they're interested, whether it's by subscription, meaning we don't close the subscriptions too early. If we were, subscriptions do sell well, but it allows us to save some for we call it a la carte. Excuse me. So, this past year I was reflecting, as I always do. I reflect a lot. I don't look back too much, but I mean, to inform how the future is going to look in the archival CD world, it is important to look back. And in this case, I look back at the 4 that we've done this year in 2022. We opened the year with the Baltimore show from 1977, May 26th, the penultimate show of the spring tour of 1977. Can't say anything wrong with that tour. I think we all know how great it is. And then after that, we did the Winterland show I just mentioned with number 42. February 23rd, a show that was very nearly the other Winterland show. We released the 3rd night many years ago, number 13, I think it was, back in the 4th year of the Dave's Pick series, I guess. But it was very nearly that show, the one that became 42, the Winterland, February 23rd, 1974, with the bonus disc we just mentioned from the previous night, plus some bonus songs on the main release from that night, from February 22nd. Then our 3rd one of the year, number 43, that just came out a couple of months ago, was the 2 complete shows from 1969, November 2nd, in San Francisco, and then December 26th, Boxing Day as we call it up in Canada, from Dallas, Texas. Now, we'd mentioned this, that one song didn't fit. That's how much we crammed into those 3 CDs on Dave's Picks Volume 43. One song didn't make the cut because there was no room. It wasn't an artistic choice. It wasn't aesthetic. It was because of space limitations. CDs are 80 minutes. So we've included that on Volume 44. So if you ended up getting 43 and you want to get the complete 44, we'll fill that out. If you subscribed, it'll be on there anyway, of course. And that's Cold Rain and Snow from the Dallas show on December 26th of 1969. And then for the 44th installment, which I think has been announced. If it hasn't, we'll have to have the good folks at Rhino redact it. But no, I think it's been announced. The 44th Dave's Picks is, we jump ahead 21 years from the number 43 to June 23rd of 1990 at Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon. Complete show, very late Brent era. It was just a month before Brent passed. He passed at the end of July of 1990. So it's really kind of tail end of Brent with some just incredible music. We talked about Feel Like a Stranger, West LA Fadeaway, Tennessee Jag Cassidy, Far From Me, Great Big Eyes of the World, Uncle John's Band, Morning Dew, on and on. Plus this Cold Rain and Snow from the previous pick to round it out and to make sure that you got the two complete shows. So looking at that, again, I don't really reflect on the past too much. I'm always kind of working on today's projects and tomorrow's, but it allows me to say, okay, well, where are we going to go in 2023? So we've so far got the first pick, number 45, selected. In fact, as I'm shooting this, I literally early this morning signed off on a couple of the package elements, not all of them yet, but a few of them. So that's going to the pressing plant. The audio is all done. Jeffrey Norman finished with that. I think we're supposed to announce it. If we're not supposed to announce it here, I'll let Rhino redact this as well and maybe mute it out or put some bird sounds or something. But number 45, as you might know, I mentioned this, we've done a couple of 4 CD Dave's Picks, and they've tended to be at the end of the year. So that's been the final one of the year. In this case, we're opening 2023 with a 4 CD set. This I don't think will affect your pricing on the subscriptions. It might when it goes on sale in January, it'll go on sale. But for subscriptions, you'll all be fine. It's an unbelievable 4 CD set, 2 complete shows, fully completely. It's fully complete, couple shows from, I love this. I mean, these are shows, the second one in particular has often been considered for release. The first is exceptional as well, which is why we've done this. Both shows fit on 2 CDs, hence doing a 4 CD set. And again, before I get to it, I mean, you probably all chomp it at the bit, what's it going to be? But I do want to thank, again, and I say this quite a bit, but I do a very heartfelt thanks to Mark Pincus for having faith in the vision and being so creatively inspired to be okay with these kind of things. When something is a good idea, he always knows it, and he's got a lot of great ideas of his own. So I want to thank Mark for being okay with starting the year with a 4 CD set. Oh, you got that nice silhouette there. I want to thank Doran and Yvette for also being on board with this, and in fact the whole crew, Steve Vance with the layout and the design. I just want to thank everyone. We'll get into that. You know what? In January, when we formally announce Dave's Picks 45, we'll get into a much longer video, I'm sure, and then we can get into our list of Grammy and Oscar and EGOT thanks to everybody who works on these, and we'll get to that with the art and the liner notes and the photos and Santa Cruz and all that stuff. But anyhow, the point is, there's always a point, and I always take a while to get there, but I do always have a point. 2 complete shows to start the year, and oh boy, are they good. We're starting the year with October 1st and October 2nd, 1977 at the Paramount Theater in Portland, Oregon. An incredible, it's 2 shows on a part of a 4-night run of the Pacific Northwest, 2 in Seattle, 2 in Portland. We're releasing both Portland shows in their entirety, nothing is cut from it. So you do want to get over to Rhino or Dead.net to check that out, because it is a magnificent batch of, again, 4 CDs, and they're packed. They are packed with music to the point, I think it's about 5 hours. It's over 4 CDs. Yeah, it'll be over 5 hours of music. So do check it out, all from the Betty Masters. Again, when we get to January, we'll get into that. But that's how we're starting out. So if you are interested in some peak era, late 1977 Grateful Dead, where it's got all the elements of 1977 Dead, plus the kind of creatively inspired second sets that were really the hallmark of 76, with that kind of going for it energy of 1978. So it kind of encompasses all of that. I love this fall stuff from October and November of 1977. You'll hear that a lot in kind of 12, 29, 77 at Winterland. It's that level of energy of the Grateful Dead. So we're starting the year with that, and we've already put a lot of work into volume 46, the second one. That, I don't know when we'll announce that, maybe in January, but if not, April, I guess. But nonetheless, we'll get to that with the bonus disc. And then 40, we've started putting a little bit of work into 47. And again, the reason I kind of mapped out our 41, 2, 3, and 4, the 2022 offerings, was just to show the breadth of what we've done with some 77, then back to 74, very different versions of the band, back to 1969, very different, up to 1990, some very different again. So we're aiming to do the same kind of thing, certainly not those specific years, although we are starting with the same year, 1977, just by happenstance. But the whole, I think the point of the endeavor is to give an overview of the Grateful Dead's live performing career and the archival side of things. So check it out at dead.net. Subscriptions available now. I want to thank you for sticking with us now 11 or 12 years, whatever it is. You know, again, we're up to 25,000, and that's because of you. That's because of your interest in this, continued interest. We do what we do because you still love it. The Dead's music, I mean, I don't know if it's endless, but it certainly feels that way sometimes when here we are, 12 years into the Dave's Picks series. How many years? So the Dick's Picks started, wow, 30 years ago, 1993. So with all of the archival releases, Dick's Picks and road trips and Dave's Picks and downloads and then albums and box sets and all that kind of thing, the fact that we're this late in the game and still selecting music like Eugene 1990, that number 44, number 45, the two shows in Portland 77. There is still, again, I don't want to say it's endless, but it sometimes feels that way when we're this deep into the Grateful Dead's archival release program and still able to select music of this quality. And again, number 46 that we've got our eyes on, our ears on, I should say, is equally, I think, stellar. And the things that I'm beginning to think about for 47, same thing. I haven't put any thought into 48, to be totally honest, but 46 is almost set in stone. 47 is getting pretty close. And the bonus disc for 46 as well is getting pretty concise. So anyhow, head over to dead.net if you're watching this on YouTube or something, and subscribe if you're so inclined. I always do. People kind of think it's funny. It's like, well, your name's on the thing. Don't you get a free copy? I do get a free copy, of course. But I also do like to put my money where my mouth is, so that if the series only sells one pick, I mean, at least one gets sold, and that's me. So I do subscribe, and I get a thrill out of it because I do like getting that in the mail and seeing what number I get. I mean, I get numbers as low as like 1,000 and something, and I've had numbers up in the mid 24,000s. So it's, to me, I always love that. And I'm a deadhead, I'm a collector. I love this stuff. So anyhow, dead.net for the 2023 Dave's Picks subscriptions. It's going to be a great year. I think we've actually started working on the 2023 box set. We've got a really great one. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about it. In fact, a good friend of mine recently, like yesterday, wrote me. He said, look, I promise I won't do this. If you're watching this, you'll know who you are. He said, I promise I won't do this, but I am going to suggest one show for release that I think the world needs to hear. And he told me what show it was, and that's one of the shows in the box set. So it was kind of funny that yesterday, as we're pretty deep in production on this 2023 box set, I got this email from a good friend specifically calling out this one show as the world needs to hear this, make it happen kind of thing. And it's one of the shows in the box. We've got a couple of 2023, we got a couple 50th anniversaries of a couple of Grateful Dead albums. I don't think that comes as any surprise. 1973 saw 2 Grateful Dead albums released. So maybe we'll do something there. We've got Record Store Day coming up, of course. We've got Black Friday coming up later in 2023. We got Black Friday come up later 2022. So we've got another, I think, exciting year, keeping us all very busy. We're certainly having fun. So thanks for watching this. Dave's Picks 2023 subscriptions available now. I think until early January, but the early bird pricing is only for the first couple weeks of November, maybe. Again, I don't know these dates. So check dead.net, they'll have all the information. But the Dave's Picks comes, you get all 4 of them. You don't have to worry about getting them when they go on sale. They won't sell out because you've already got them subscribed. You'll get the bonus disc. You'll get like some kind of price break, and I don't know if it's a lower price or it's free shipping. That's between you and Rhino. I don't know. It's all on the dead.net website. Rhino's very good at delivering the information, amongst many other things. So anyhow, thanks everyone. This is always fun. I love doing these. It's a beautiful day. I'll probably spend it outside. I've got 2 shows to proof with headphones, and that's a good day to do it kind of right outside my studio space. I've got a chair. I got some headphones, so I think I might do some of that. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time here on a Seaside chat when we announce Dave's Picks 45 in depth, and we've got a lot to talk about. So I'm going to turn this off with my little thing and see if it works. Thanks for watching.